This is Drop Tent Media Network.
High IQ basketball with Brian Isley and Raymond Byrd. What's going on, bro?
I'm gonna go for like a quadruple double.
And welcome to another edition of High IQ basketball with Brian Isley and Raymond Byrd. I'm Brian Isley. That's Raymond Byrd. We got Neil in the building, and we got a lot to talk about. We've been off for a couple weeks, but we are back, and we're gonna start with quarter number one. And quarter number one, JuJu went crazy last night. 67 points. USC scored. She had 51 of them.
Let me tell you what's impressive about it, right? It's not just she scored 51. Yo, she get buckets.
Mm-hmm.
We seen her get buckets.
Mm-hmm.
It's that she scored 51 against the number 4 team in the country.
Right.
This is the Stanford team that is looking to compete for a national championship. They're going to be fighting to get to the Final Four, right?
Yeah.
So you did that against high-level competition. And then on top of it, right, you scored 51 of the 67 points that your team scored in a game that was highly competitive against one of the best teams in the country. That's crazy. Like, we've seen that take place where you scored 51 and your team lost, right? You scored 51 and y'all only scored 67 and y'all got smoked, right?
Yeah, definitely.
You scored 51 of the 67 and y'all won the game against a team that is looking to possibly win a national championship. Like, this is the team one of the teams you're gonna have to see later on down the road.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm trying to get to the Final Four.
And
that's highly.
And they would be favored if they matched up in the final.
Highly impressive. Like, yo, she is. I know we debated this early in the year, and I'm gonna stick to what I said. I'm talking about overall. I'm still going with Meek career wise, but right now, I know that debate is her, Catlin, blah blah blah. Man, the fact that she in that conversation, and Catlin is a senior and she's a freshman is wild crazy. Like, that's my whole point. Like, she's there right now, and there's a case to be made that she's the best player in the country as a freshman. Caitlin Clark is phenomenal, don't get me wrong, but JuJu can do everything Caitlin can do, and she's 6'2". How tall is Caitlin? Tall. She don't look like she ain't no small guard.
I don't think she's 6'2".
I don't know. Caitlin look. I don't know for sure, but just seen her in the game. She's tall. What's her height?
She's 6 foot.
6 foot? Yeah, that's
all
adequate.
right. So it's it, but she's at wow. I didn't know I thought she was like 5'11". But yeah, but JuJu's better. JuJu got a cleaner handle. JuJu game is smoother.
I'm not going. Caitlin could do. I mean, I'm not gonna say she can. We've seen her do it this year, where she dropped 50 against high level competition and they win a game. We've seen her hit half court walk-offs. Like, I don't think it's definitive that she is better. It's very, very impressive that a freshman versus, it's not just a freshman pitted against somebody who can play. Like, Caitlin's about to break the all-time scoring record, and we having that conversation with JuJu as a freshman versus a senior who is in position to. She's going to be the number 1 pick. She's going to break the all-time scoring record. The fact that that's even a conversation is super impressive for her.
And I told y'all day one that was going to be the conversation. I told y'all day one she was going to be in the mix.
It's a bunch of freshmen doing work. So
yeah.
All the freshmen that came in this year, they came in doing work, like seasoned vets,
Definitely.
best players on their team. The girl from Jersey who went to Paul VI over there at Notre Dame, I don't know her name. I forget her name anyway. She the best player on their team, and she getting buckets.
She's the best player.
She getting buckets.
And South Carolina got freshmen that are phenomenal. Yo, JuJu better than all of them, bro.
JuJu's generational. She every couple years you get one. You get a Brittany Griner, you get a Shamit, you get a Meek, you get a Tarasi. When you get those players in, they change the whole direction of your program.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Boston gets to South Carolina. Or who was the girl before Boston? Asia Wilson gets there, and all of a sudden your whole program changes. You know what I mean? Now South Carolina is a powerhouse because of what Asia built, and now you're able to attract the Bostons and so on and so forth. And that's what Juju's going to do for USC.
And that's a great point that you make. When Asia Wilson went to South Carolina, it was frowned upon when she made her decision. Like, oh, are you crazy? South Carolina in a hotbed for women's college basketball. What are you doing? Go to UConn. Go to Tennessee. Go somewhere that's already a powerhouse. Nah, she decided to build a powerhouse, and and now that's the place to go. That's where the number one recruits that. South Carolina is on their list of choices to go, and it's more than likely they're gonna go there because of Dawn.
Top of the list,
right?
South
It's at
Carolina,
the top. Yeah,
South Carolina has that decision by Asia Wilson, however many years ago, has put them in a conversation with the UConns, the Notre Dames,
2017, I believe.
Like you said, it wasn't a hotbed. It's a hotbed now. Top players in the country. You're looking at. I want to go play for. What's her name?
For
Staley.
Dawn.
I want to go play for Staley. Like,
I was shocked. I know why JuJu stayed. I know why JuJu went to USC and all that. I was still kind of shocked. She didn't shoot. I know they recruited her hard.
It would be. It's like, sometimes what we say, the basketball gods do certain things for a certain reason.
Yes,
it would have been complete. It would have been UConn all over again. They would have went on a 4-year no competition run. Because if she's over there with what they already got. There's no competition. They're beating everybody by 30 to 40 every single night. So be happy that she went to USC.
I'm ecstatic because not only does South Carolina smoke everybody for 4 years straight, you really wouldn't get to see JuJu at her very best. You wouldn't see a 51-point game on 67 total points.
It wouldn't be needed.
You wouldn't say because it wouldn't be needed. So she wouldn't be able to showcase everything. I'm glad she's over in USC, and it's an all-time record. That is crazy. Lisa Leslie was there. Cheryl Miller was there.
51 is crazy. Like I said, the points. Her doing it against whoever, say she did it against Vanderbilt, and Vanderbilt's not a good team, and she dropped 51. That's impressive for a freshman.
And then we move on.
It's impressive because it was against the number 4 team in the country in a game that was highly competitive, and we needed all 51 of your points, and we got 18 from the rest of the team. That's crazy.
On the road.
That's crazy. Like, she is everything you said she was, she is. No question. Like, no debate.
Oh man, we got that on. We got
Listen, I ain't got no problem. I ain't gonna say I know you don't. I wasn't wrong.
Yeah, no, you wasn't. You wasn't wrong.
She is well on her way to being exactly what you said. She could be the GOAT. She might be it.
The way I understand people's reservations and the wait and see. You tell me all the time. I see a player. Maybe like under the radar or maybe about to come into their own, I'll call you up immediately. They the one.
That's the GOAT right
They
there.
the one. Watch. And you'll always tell me, hey, yo, man, stop jumping the gun.
Listen
you
to me.
Bugging.
My man
Chill
hit
out.
me earlier this year. Yo, Giannis is going crazy in FIBA. He got turnaround jumpers, 15-footers. They ain't gonna be. I'm like, yo, B, he can't shoot. He ain't doing none of that in the league. When the season start, he back to running into people.
You always
in the paint.
bring that up, but you won't.
That's the most recent one.
You won't bring up when I say, "Hey, yo, I know it's preseason. I gotta preface that." It was preseason, Luka's rookie year. Game 1 preseason. Yo, he's that guy.
He ain't supposed to be. Yo, I was wrong, but he ain't supposed to be. That, what Luka is, he is not supposed to be. And I like Luka. I've seen some dog in him, like one of the most impressive playoff runs when he got to the conference finals and he bubbled when he was doing to the Clippers. That was highly impressive. Like, that's when Clippers were first put together. Kawhi was still playing defense at a super high level. You had Paul George, and none of that mattered because I'm giving y'all all this work, and I got role players around me. That was highly impressive, even though he lost. So he is all of those things. One thing I just don't like about his game is he cries excessively to the referees. Like, it's to the point where it's not James Harden-ish, but it's almost at that level.
Worse. I think it's worse.
Every play, it is go to the referees and cry. Every play.
if it doesn't result in what he wants,
And even when it does results, it's like I should be shooting the free throw too. Like, yo, chill, be like, just go, yo, you nice, just go kill.
He does, and it's been brought to his attention several times, and he says, "Oh, I know, I gotta change that," and I hate that part too because this is the knock on you that you're whining, you cry all the time. And that's the knock, and you still won't change it. You still won't turn that around. Yo, you clean that up. We ain't got nothing to say about you.
Just hoop, baby.
Just hoop.
Just hoop. Like, yo, I was talking to somebody. It's like, guys, in this era, you're being taught how to draw fouls. You're getting taught how to flail your arms and get to the free throw line. But back when we was playing, somebody reach. I'm teaching you how to go get a bucket. You got to go get a bucket. It's not get to the free throw line. It's how do you get a bucket? Like, I mean, that's part of the game today. It's like how to trick the referees.
You was working on moves to avoid contact, to get space, to get a good shot or layup. That's what you were taught to do. Now it's like you said, it's manipulation. Which is a skill that we both frown upon because when Harden was on his crazy, and I don't know we getting off topic, but when Harden was on his crazy scoring binge, a lot of that was coming from the free throw line, and you and I were both like, yo, we hate watching this guy play.
It's trash, man. He'll have horrible shooting nights, but he got 20 free throws, so he's still good.
Okay, so back to the original topic. Where do you see USC at the end of this year?
I mean, I think it really depends on how the brackets fall, where they fall out, whose region they fall in. All that's going to matter. Are they on, because the women's college tournament is different than the men's. You get home games.
Mm-hmm.
You get games in your arena if you're a high seed. You know what I mean? All that's going to matter for them. Whose side they get stuck on, because right now they only number 15 in the country. So I don't know what that equates to seed-wise for them. They could be a 2, 3, 4. You know what I mean? You get stuck on the wrong side and you got to go see South Carolina in the Sweet 16. That's going to be hard to get done. But I can see her getting to the Final Four because I like her. I think she likes those moments. I think she would have no problem in a Elite Eight game, having to see UConn, having to see South Carolina, knowing that I'm gonna be the best player on the floor. And sometimes when you it, I trump all this. I trump y'all having the advantage.
That's what I believe. I believe that whatever she brings, I think on any given night, she's the best player on the floor. It don't matter who she match up with. I think JuJu is the best player in the country. So by default, I think she's the best player on the floor every time she steps on the floor. And I think that's going to carry them to an Elite Eight.
I can see Final Four, man. Because I think really depends on how it plays out. Because, I mean, early this year, they were top 5 in the country. She got them up into the top 5.
Yeah.
That's a big win against the number 4 team in the country. We don't know how the season's going to play out, but if they get on a little run and win a couple games, get into the conference tournament, win a couple games there, next thing you know, they are 2-3. That'll set them up.
Here's why I say Elite Eight, because like say they do run in, they get a 2 or 3 seed and they run into South Carolina or somebody like JuJu could get busy, and I think she would, but from top to bottom, that roster is so stacked. It's so crazy. I don't know if you can overcome that. You can overcome Stanford. You can overcome LSU. You can overcome you can overcome those teams, but South Carolina, and I told you this last week after they beat LSU, I'm like, yo, they far and away. I think they the best team in the nation, and I think it's not going to be even close. I think they're going to win it all.
I think it's a few players, 2 players that you can't account for. Caitlin and JuJu. And you catch them on the wrong night, you can go home. And it don't matter.
I agree with that.
You can have the advantage at every other position, the bench, coaching, so on and so forth. You catch them on the wrong night, you might end up going home.
I dig that.
Because you got to give them so much attention that The other players, you find your groove. You knock down some shots that you normally wouldn't knock down because we giving you so much. It's a tournament. So now we doubling you. Now we got a game plan to try to slow you down. Could lead to you being sent home. I can see it.
I can see it as well. I just am not. Dawn is smart, and this I'm talking about just that particular matchup. Dawn has sent so much stuff at her, and we talk about the 51-point game, but we've also seen her have a 21-point game on 22 shots.
We saw Caitlin almost send South Carolina home, or did she? She sent them home.
They did send them home.
Same kind of, even though she had their big was solid. She had a really good big next to her.
Yeah,
but South Carolina was better last year than they are this year.
They couldn't shoot last year.
They couldn't shoot, but talent-wise, top to bottom, they were loaded.
That's why they lost last year. They couldn't shoot the
Caitlin
basketball.
was her. Caitlin sent them home. You gotta give me so much attention, and you caught her on the night where she was hitting those shots.
Then Moki saw that. They started sending some stuff at her.
It was still a dog fight. You sent some stuff at her. Was that? Are they blowing?
They got smoked. Yeah. All right. We gotta go to quarter up. I could talk about JuJu all day. I my bad. I'm sorry. I'm the host. I should be more.
There's a lot to be said because I've been checking out a bit more. But yeah, maybe an OT if we need to.
Yeah, definitely. Quarter number 2. Man, the New York Knicks on a 9-game winning streak. Jalen Brunson is getting MVP chance in the Garden. First time All-Star. And my Lakers got them tonight. Man, I think we're going to get smoked.
I like the Lakers tonight.
All right, that's good. Let's talk about that. Why do you think the Lakers are going to end this Knicks winning streak?
Randall usually gives AD work.
Mm-hmm.
Randall out. AD is going to have a clear advantage. I would say the Lakers are better. New York's playing better basketball, but talent-wise, the Lakers should be better. I can see them winning the game. I mean, I can see them losing as well, but I can see them winning that game. You know what I mean? Like, I think AD goes to work tonight. You ain't got to deal with Gordon.
That's
Randall.
the determining factor for you?
Yeah, I mean, stop talking about AD. Stop judging AD.
No, I'm not. I'm just asking.
AD playing great basketball.
I wasn't
going
to say anything. AD is playing fantastic basketball.
That's the reason I see him winning. There's no Randall.
Why'd you think I was going to say something this?
Because you said it very sarcastically. Like,
I didn't.
AD's the reason you picked
No,
the
I
Lakers.
didn't say that. I said,
Ain't that how he said it?
No.
AD's the reason. Yeah, he the reason I'm
We
picking.
got tape. I asked you the question. I said,
Ain't that how he said it though?
Do you think that's going to be the determining factor? That's all I said.
Yo,
A little ref whistle. Here we go. Yeah.
That's crazy, Neil.
I feel like you ran with it. There was only a small amount of like. I think if Brian maybe needed a more, but like, do you think like a little bit more? But I don't know.
This guy, man. Okay, that's fair. AD has been playing stellar basketball, and I said this on the show before. He would be in MVP talks if the Lakers had a better record.
he would. I mean,
So I haven't been getting that AD the way I usually do.
you get him in regards to like. It's just bound to happen, though. Like, you know, I know he's only missed 3 games, but it's bound. I mean,
I can only go by what I know. I only go by what I know and what I've seen. That's it. That's all we can go by. Go by them facts that are presented to us. But I think the Knicks are going to win. The Knicks are listen. The Knicks might be for real. The Knicks might not nick this season.
What's the definition of Nick? Last year they got to the second round.
Eastern Conference Finals.
They ain't going Nick then. They going Nick then. They ain't getting to the conference finals. I got them getting to the second round. They are well on their way. I mean, they are a move away, and it might not be make that move this year. Maybe you wait till the offseason to make that move. You know what I mean? But they are a move away.
Yeah. I'm wondering why. What are the pieces? Because you're saying they're playing good basketball.
I don't like Randall. I don't think Randall at the 4 is the piece that you need, because there's nights where Randall is going to be your best player and you're going to need him to be your best player.
Yeah, I hate that
and
too.
I think you need something better there. That's the piece that you trade him with a first round pick to go get whatever that guy you need is to be your best player in the moment. I like the team overall. I love the team overall. I love Brunson. I love OG. They got a solid roster. Randall's the guy. And maybe you don't deal him this year. Maybe you accept what it is this year. And the team's still exciting. They're going to have a chance. And I see them winning the first round series, very competitive in the second round, but I just can't see them beating Boston or Sixers or Milwaukee to get to the conference finals.
Gotcha. Just say for the sake of argument, they do get to the Eastern Conference Finals. Could you imagine MSG?
That's Dallas all over again, man.
I'm just saying, could you imagine the atmosphere at MSG?
It was crazy. It was crazy last year.
Eastern Conference Finals.
It was crazy last year. Spike in the building, it was crazy last year. They were trying to push them boys to the next round. They just ain't had the talent.
They got the talent now.
Not conference finals talent. No, not conference finals talent. They don't talent wise, they don't match up with those three guys.
It's like a confidence issue almost for you. They're playing good basketball.
I like them. I'm looking at to get to the conference finals, you got to be Milwaukee, Boston, or Philly. You have to go through probably two of those teams to get there.
Gotcha.
I can't see them going through two of them to get to the conference finals.
They would have to go through two of them to get to the conference, so they would have to match up with one of them in the first round.
All right, right now, I think they are what, the 3 seed?
Yeah,
I think Philly's going to end up with the 3 seed, but let's say they do end up with the 3 seed. Whoever the 6 is, let's say who could the 6? 6 might be Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
That would be they could go home in the first round, right?
They could.
You don't believe that?
They very well could.
Very well could. I mean, what we got to set up like? Yep, Pacers is the 6 seed. They're the 3 seed. I can see them going home in the second round. What if they fall too? They only
That's
get
very good, Berg. You did that on the fly too.
Right now, they a game back on a loss column behind the Cavs. What if they fall to the 4 seed and got to see Philly in the first round and B come back? They could easily go home in the first round.
They could, but
that's a tough.
They don't. What I'm saying is they don't have to see. They wouldn't have to see the Bucks and the Celtics until either the second round or the Eastern Conference.
I said one of the 3. I think they would have to go through 2 of them to get to the conference. You might see the Sixers in the first round. They game back in the loss column on Cleveland. They fall to the 4 seed. You seeing Sixers in the first round and B come back. I'm picking the Sixers. You going home in the first round. But let's say you do beat them. That means you saw the Sixers, and the next round you got to go see Boston or Milwaukee on the road. That's a tough path. It's a tough path regardless.
Milwaukee can be had.
I agree, but you wouldn't put no money up on New York to knock off.
I think that's what I said about the confidence issue. It's like if you were to have to, you're like they have to get through 2, and you're just not confident in the skills they have right now to really get through. I'm not confident in that
because they the damn Knicks. At the end of the day, they the Knicks.
It's a move away. It's a Randall trade away from them being really in the way.
That's crazy that Randall. That's crazy that you the guy, Randall. You got to get up out of there for the Knicks.
You figure on their path last year, Randall was in the way, right?
He was definitely in the way.
He was in the way last year.
Taking number 1. Here's what I don't like about Randall. I love confidence. We both love confidence. We both agree that that's a big part of hoop.
Right.
There's players that become good, myself included, once they got the confidence, you know what I mean? You can hoop. Randall has too much confidence. Randall's confidence is a detriment to the team because Randall thinks he's a 1 and he's not. He's a 3 at best.
Randall sometimes, and I've seen film on it, he'll look at Brunson like, what you doing? Like you not, I'm him. Like you could tell it's times where he's looked at Brunson like, I can't believe you took that shot.
And he's not.
But he thinks that.
And that's crazy to me.
But the same, what Brunson is doing right now, Randall did a year ago. They were screaming his name in the Garden. He was the all-star.
No damn MVP.
I'm just saying, he was getting busy and they loved Randall. It wasn't until they got to the playoffs, like, come on, man. What you doing?
And who was saying the whole season it was fool's gold?
Listen, I agree. I think they need more of an inside presence. If they could go get a real 4, a real big, that can really play inside out. Randall don't play inside at all.
They should have found a way to get marketing, yo.
You like him like that?
I love marketing, man. I was telling you, he was the other dude at FIBA that was getting busy.
He can play. But he's very much like Randall.
What?
His game, I'm talking about a 4 playing on a perimeter super heavy. That's why you're not really big on Randall, because he's really on the perimeter. He's shooting jump shots. He's going to shoot mid to high 40s from the field. He's shooting 3-pointers. So you're going to have nights where you off versus you sitting on the block doing work as a real 4. Marking is very similar to Randall.
I don't like that. It's not that Randall's perimeter oriented. That's not the part I don't like. I don't like his shot selection. His shot selection is horrible. He takes very bad shots.
I like Mark now. I don't think he's the next piece for it. And I ain't seen him play in high leverage moments.
That's just the first name
to know that he can deliver like he's been delivering in the regular season in these high leverage moments. I don't know if that move presents itself this year. So hopefully they don't jump the gun and go make a move, because that might not be what you. Once you play your card, you play your card. You might have to wait till the off season to go make that move.
Marketing is 7 feet too. He's a 7-footer.
He don't play on the block. I don't need another perimeter bull. You got OG, you got Brunson, you got the kid they got from the Lakers. They got what they need on the perimeter wise. Mm. We need somebody who can get easy buckets. Someone who can get easy buckets.
You know that part of the game is damn near dead now.
But when I say easy buckets, when you a star and when you him, you get easy buckets. You know what I mean? KD plays on the perimeter, but I'm KD. I can get to my spots, and these is easy buckets for me. They need somebody who can, we can depend on you. Randall, why the reason you don't like him and he's not a 1 is because it's up and down. You on, you look like a 1. You off, you look like a 3.
It rarely looks like a 1.
His moments last year, he looked like a 1. I don't think Brunson's a 1.
I don't either.
He looks like a 1 sometimes, and it was times in the playoffs last year he looked like a 1. He's not a 1. He's not a 1 that's going to get you to the promised land.
He's not. It's the IT complex. IT was a 1 in Boston, and it lasted for a season. I'm not saying that Brunson is exactly IT, but I've seen this before.
Right. I think you need to get. And you got to be very strategic, because you get the wrong piece. You don't want to take away from what Brunson is doing, because you still need him to be who he is. But you got to find that other guy, and whatever. And that's why you got to be patient. Don't just make a move just to make a move. But for them to get to where they talking about competing for a chip, competing to get out the East, it's Randall and some first round picks, and that's how you do it.
As long as they got Randall, Knicks gonna Nick.
Yeah, I got him getting to the second round though.
I believe Becky Hammond said they can't win. You can't win with a small guard. Can't win with Brunson.
It's go over the history of the league. It's only Isaiah, Steph, small guards with hardware when they were the best player on the team. It's I think that might be it. I can't name the other 2. I can't name more than that. I know Isaiah and Steph got hardware. Best player, small guard.
Tiny. Yeah, Tiny. I think Tiny Archibald got a title with the Celtics. I'm not 100% sure if he was Finals MVP that year, but I know he's got one. I believe so.
Right.
I'm not 100% sure.
But I'm assuming if it was in Boston, it probably was super loaded. Especially back then. Who knows was on the roster with him? I'm talking about, you the best player on the team, like Steph, Isaiah. I ain't seen it since, so I'm to be proven to.
Yeah. I dig it. I understand. We are at halftime. We will be back after a word from our sponsor. This is halftime, and halftime is sponsored by If You Know, You Know Trivia Games. This is a trivia game created by a great friend of mine and friend to the show, Saquon Gillette. If You Know, You Know is a 90s to 2020s hip hop and R&B trivia game is created by Saquon Bilal. As I said, it's Star Corner Production, Star Corner Games, and it's the game you never knew you needed. Guaranteed to have you singing, dancing, laughing, and reminiscing. You'll probably learn something too. In the most fun way ever. Is for ages 13 and up. Because you know, with hip hop, we have explicit lyrics. But yeah, if you know, you know. Trivia game, get it on Amazon and wherever games are sold. That is our halftime sponsor. And welcome back to High IQ Basketball with Brian Isley and Raymond Byrd. It's the third quarter, and then I'm getting smoked. What the hell's going on here?
I'm the one doing the jersey exchange today.
Oh man, we're in the third quarter, and it's been a while since we got on air, but and a lot of things have happened. One of those things happening has been Adrian Griffin is now out with the Bucks, and Doc Rivers is now the head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks. Me personally, I think it was a sucker move. I don't like it. Well, I don't like that. First of all, I don't like that Adrian Griffin didn't get to finish the season. That's first and foremost. They're number 2 seed in the East. And even though they had defensive deficiencies, I think they should have let that ride out. Let him give him a chance. Y'all gave him the job. Give him a chance to figure it out. They didn't do that. They let him go before the All-Star break, which is whack. I hated it. I hated when the Cavs did it with David Blatt.
You did? I was about to ask that question.
I didn't like that either. I thought
it worked, though.
It did work. It did work. So at the end of the day, I had to shut up about it because they made a move and the move paid off with a championship. So there's nothing I can say. I don't think this damn move is going to pay off with a championship. I truly don't. Because, you brought in Doc, who is a veteran coach. He's got a championship and all that. By the way, nobody milks a championship more than the 2008 Boston Celtics. All of them. Doc Rivers, KG, Paul Pierce, Big Baby, Perk. They all run their mouth about that damn 2008 NBA championship, bro. It's damn near 20 years ago. Let it go. And Doc has gotten more jobs off of one damn credit than anybody in the history of professional anything. Listen, if I, as a comedian, can you get a whole lot of gigs with one credit? Matter of fact, can you get a whole lot of gigs in 2024 with a credit from 2008? Absolutely not. So how the hell does this guy keep getting jobs? After this guy blows so many leads. How many playoff leads has he blown? Multiple 3-1 leads, multiple 3-2 leads. He's lost a plethora of game 7s. And this guy still keeps getting chance after chance after chance. Adrian Griffin didn't have a fair shot. He didn't get a fair trial. And I don't like that. I don't like the fact that I think it was the players that pushed him out. And then when they're asked about it by the media, they act like, oh, I don't know what's going on. They ain't consult me and all that. Like, yo, that's corny. But the night after he got fired, y'all dancing and shit in the pregame and all that. It's lame, man. The whole thing stinks to high heaven to me, and I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. And I believe in the basketball gods. I'm a firm believer in the basketball gods, and y'all gonna pay for that. That shit wasn't right, bro. They did dude dirty. They think Doc gonna come in and save the day. You still gonna have defensive deficiencies at the end of the day. You still got Dame, who doesn't play defense, no matter who you bring in. Y'all let Drew go, who was one of the best perimeter defensive players in the league, for Dame. Now Dame brings dynamic. He's dynamic offensively, and he's super clutch. We all see that. We all know that. We all know about Dame time, but defensively, he gets smoked. And that's not going to change because Doc is there.
First of all, with this Doc slander, it's going to have to stop.
Man.
He got one chip, facts. could easily have 2, maybe 3. Boston was the best team in the league. The very next year, KG is hurt. They get to the finals the following year. Perk gets hurt. They lose. They don't have no size. They lose a very close game against Kobe in the Lakers.
I could have easily been a girl.
I get what you're saying.
My dad had
I'm just saying,
shot.
like we painting a picture, right? So let me paint my picture. Doc is a good coach. Now I agree with you. He's blown some leads. He's blown some opportunities. He was up 3-1 against Houston, blew that series. Like he's had some opportunities and he's blew some. But I think Doc is a good coach. And anytime that, like you said, if the players are celebrating a coach getting fired, that means that they gave up on him. So that means if we giving up on you, you can't get us to the promised land because we don't believe in you no more. So that's not just and if I'm the team president, I'm the GM, or I'm the owner, and I'm getting information back that they no longer believe in this guy. They not gonna go to war. They don't believe that his X's and O's are adequate enough to get them to where they need to get to and had the success that they hoping to have. We got to move on. And this is a situation where it's championship or bust. They all going to be judged by that. Giannis is going to be judged by it. The organization for making the decisions that they made to bring Dame in and gave up Holiday, so on and so forth. It's a lot at stake. So just like with Cleveland, it was a lot. You got Brian here. It's a lot at stake. So Blatt, you got us to the finals last year. This ain't gonna be good enough to get us what we trying to get done. We gotta make a harsh decision. Sorry. So maybe it doesn't get it done. Maybe Doc don't get him over the hump. But I'm pretty sure the decision was made because they were sure that Adrian wasn't.
All right. You said the players don't believe in him.
Obviously.
Yeah, that's true. What are they gonna do? Not play?
But you're talking about winning a championship. If you don't, this the head of the snake. If we don't believe in you, if we don't believe that you can draw what needs to be drawn up to get us over the hump, we in a close 7-game series against Boston, and we don't believe in you, we got to get you out of here. If the players is celebrating the coach getting up out of here, that's not no organization.
What I'm saying is, if you got it doesn't matter. I still gotta play. I still gotta play. If I got a discrepancy with the coach, if I got an issue with the coach or whatever, you still gotta play the game. I don't care. Like, you could go and whine to the front office and the owners all you want. Like, the front office and the owners put him there to coach you. So you go ahead and play. Like, if he was still the coach right now, and it's still rumblings that the team don't believe, you still got to go up and jump ball. You still got to play. The games don't stop. So, like, the players gotta. I understand they have more power now. I understand they got more say, more sway, and organizations essentially, I guess they move on what their franchise players say. But I don't think that's always right all the time. I don't think players always make the right decision in that regard with the power that they have. And I think this was a bad choice. Like, you rock out with the coach that you got.
I mean, like you said, it's more games to play, right? I don't think nobody on Milwaukee gave up. They had a good record. It wasn't like we gave up and we just losing games. It wasn't just the organization or the players on the team. The media and other people who were calling games and looking at the team from the outside looking in also looked at, something is missing. They have a great record, but this don't look like a championship team. And most people were pointing the finger at the head coach. So if it's that obvious to everybody else, and you like, this is it. We got to we brought Dame in, and we trying to get this thing done. I'm not against making the move. We don't believe that you can get it done. Why are we going to sit here and waste the whole season to not get it done and didn't make this move? We're going to make it right now and see if this is what's going to get it. That obviously that's what they believe. If they're right or wrong, we're going to see when that time comes. But they made it because why are we gonna wait till the offseason to take this L? We're gonna try to get it done.
They still gonna take that. Like I understand that thought process. I understand, we gotta shake things up, and maybe this will give us a better chance to win. If they believe that, they believe that. I don't believe that, because you made a head coaching change and they still got the same staff. You still got the same players.
I think that they're gonna have. I mean, I think we both agree we got Boston as a favorite, right?
Yep.
Milwaukee has a shot. I think Milwaukee is good enough to get it done. Dame is clutch. Dame could go crazy. He's one of those kind of guys. Like we was talking about JuJu in quarter 2, where sometimes when you got him, they can get it done. They got 2 hymns. They got Dame and Giannis. I can see it getting done. I wouldn't favor them to knock off Boston, even with the Doc Rivers move. But if you talking about the players celebrating, that means that we believe more in this guy. That's a part of it. We got to believe in every piece when it's on everybody who is helping us push this train across the track. Everybody got to be all in. And if this is something that gets them all in, they're going to have a better chance of getting that thing done. So I'm not against it.
Yeah, and that's fine. I think this is what kind of upsets me the most about it. Doc Rivers has a track record, right? He's got a long resume. He's got that long resume because he got a chance. You can't establish a resume if you don't have a job, and you can't have a job if you're not given a shot.
Maybe that where Adrian got a premier job to start. And we've seen many times when guys get that premier job to start with. I mean, with the exception, Spoelstra. I think Spoelstra got the Miami job and it worked, right? But outside that, you've seen Steve Nash with the Nets, premier job with a championship or bust type situation, and didn't work out well for you. Looked like Adrian was on that same path of it not working out well for him. You bring in a guy, and Doc has had success. Let's look past just the championships. He did a great job in Orlando, coaching that under-talented team. He did a great job with the Clippers when they were under-talented and having success with them. And we've also seen it with championship or bust teams bust.
When were they under-talented?
Talking about the year when they had Pat Bev and before they made the trade. This is before they got Kawhi and all them. That's what made the Clippers an attractive place for Kawhi to go, because they played against KD and them in the second round of playoffs.
This when they started
still had Harris.
They started wholesaling. They got rid of CP and got rid of Blake and all that.
They still made it. They were supposed to be a lottery team, but they made the playoffs.
Yeah.
Harris, Beverly, and all them, and they pushed Golden State. Remember, they pushed them to like 6 games.
Right, but
he's done it. What I'm saying is he's had success outside of just the championship or bust type situation. He's a good coach. Love him or not, he's a good coach. We've seen him get over the hump before. The move makes sense.
Going back to that, you saying he's a good coach. I believe he is a good coach. He's not what he's advertised. He's not as advertised. He's not that guy.
He's not.
You gotta stop painting that picture that he's that guy. Like he's an all-time great. He is not. And going back to the Clippers thing, yeah, he did a good job after they got rid of Lob City, but let's not disregard the fact that the reason why they got rid of Lob City is because they underachieved with Doc at the helm.
I mean, outside,
they were supposed to be the ones. It was supposed to be them. It was supposed to be OKC battling for the West, and Golden State leapfrog both of them.
But I think Golden State didn't just leapfrog them; they leapfrogged the league. Golden State didn't leapfrog the Clippers; they leapfrogged the league.
Yeah,
Brown included. They came out of nowhere and took the league over.
Right.
So that's not. I don't think that's on Doc. I don't think Doc stops that. Nobody stops that.
They had a chance.
That was happening.
They had the talent. I remember preseason rankings where they were favored to be in the Western Conference Finals, to get out the West. I remember all that. It ain't none of it happened.
None of it happened. I agree with you there. But I've seen Doc have teams that had lower expectations and exceed those expectations.
And I also see him talking about 2008 like it's 2009.
Yo, it's a good hire.
Y'all got chill. Y'all got chill with that. That's the part I hate the most. I'm tired of hearing about 2008.
It's a good hire. Take away some injuries, you be talking about 2008, 2009, and 2010.
Well, almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, my friend. That shit don't count. Lakers is 2009, 2010 champs. And we are headed into the fourth quarter. Another thing I don't like, these players cry too much, man. Adam Silver implemented a 65-game rule policy to be eligible for in-season awards, and these players don't like that. He didn't require a mandatory 82-game season. He required 65 games, which means you can miss up to 17 games. That's almost a quarter. Yeah, it's a quarter of the season, and you would still be eligible to win awards. You would still be eligible to get that, because I think sometimes max money is based on the awards NBA. You get, or NBA first team, or NBA defensive team, and all that. You're still eligible to win those awards if you play 65 games, and these players don't even want to do that.
I think it's fair. 65 games. I mean, throw the rule out. If you played 64 games and I'm voting for all NBA, this guy played 75 games, that should factor in, right? Your availability should factor in. So, I mean, they didn't put that on there to, take guys off the all NBA. They rules in place because guys were truly sitting games for rest, not just for injury. It was, I played yesterday, I'm tired, I'm gonna sit tonight. Or, we got a back-to-back and we're playing Charlotte tonight, but we got Boston tomorrow. I'm gonna sit out tonight to play so I can go hard tomorrow.
That's what Brian doing right now. He sat out, and I guarantee he's gonna play tonight. He's gonna play in MSG.
Right, but Brian's one of the players who should be able to allow to do that. All the miles he got,
and he's exempt anyway.
Right. But I think that's why the rule was in place. It's in place because guys were doing stuff like that. Not just I'm nicked up. It's because we play. If I play both these games, I'm not going to be able to go hard in this premier game. So, or we play the overtime game the night before. You know what? We got Charlotte tomorrow. I'm gonna sit out. I'm gonna sit out tonight. I mean, people paying their real hard-earned money from Charlotte to see KD come over here and play. And when you got these bad teams, a lot of the superstars look at these as, I can sit tonight. We good enough to beat them without me. You know what I mean? So they'll take those games off when you got fans across the globe who are flying up. We see those signs sometimes where I flew all the way from Germany to see so-and-so play, and so-and-so's on the sideline. I'm tired tonight. You know what I mean? Like, and that's why that thing is in place. The players are the reason, because y'all were taking off games when y'all were actually healthy enough to play. It's on them.
The bag messed it up because back in the day, or is it a lack of love? Because we remember, we rag on Mike, we a pro Bron show and all that, whatever. But one of the things I loved about Mike is that he loved to play. Like, he had to fight the organization to play. When he broke his foot in his second year and he came back ahead of schedule, they didn't want him to play. They put him on a minutes restriction when he actually did come back. And before that, he was begging on to play, and they wouldn't let him play. He went back down to North Carolina and started playing with them and open runs and stuff. He had to put it in a clause in his contract called the love of the game clause. That's crazy. Ain't no player doing that today.
I think some of the players would I've heard this argument before where the players will argue that so much emphasis has been put on winning championships, right?
100% agree.
The media sometimes, it's, I don't care what you did in the regular. You could have had an MVP season and you lose in the conference finals, or you lose and you don't win the championship. You've had a horrible year. And it could be, we've seen times where LeBron is, going super hard, and it's just, I'm tired. I'm playing all 80 games, and then I get in the playoffs and I'm going super hard and we don't get it done. And none of that matters. You ain't bring the hardware home. So I think some players is, I'm going to put myself in the best possible situation to bring this home. If that's all that matters to y'all, when y'all judge me, it's all about me winning the championship. Well, I'm gonna put myself in the best possible situation to do exactly that.
I'm a hardcore hoop fan, so that's not all that matters to me. There's a season for a reason.
It's a media thing. The media does paint that picture, though, right?
They do.
They paint that picture. You don't bring it home. This is for naught.
Not just the media, social media. It's more. I think it's more social. We hear it all. I see it all the time on my regular season. Don't matter. Let me know when April get here. It doesn't matter to them because they're of the mindset that championships are the only thing that matters. And then, yeah, at the end of the day, they play to win the title. Yeah, definitely. That's the goal, no doubt. But you got to play the regular season to get to the playoffs to have a chance to win the championship. So the regular season does matter. I hate it when people say that. It does matter. You can't get to the playoffs without it.
You're absolutely right. But I mean, I've seen Brian do it where it's just like, I don't care what seed we get, long as when it's time to play, we right. And we'll deal whatever comes our way. I think back in the day, like you were teams fighting for that one seed. I'm fighting for home court.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All that stuff really mattered to teams. You know what I mean? Make sure I got game 7 at the house. I think teams today, like, yo, you hurt? Nah, we're gonna make sure you 100% healthy. We ain't risking nothing because when the playoffs come, we need you right so we can go win the championship. And we seen that approach backfire. We seen the Clippers do all of those things, and the guys still get hurt when it's time to go win it. But like you said, the media puts so much emphasis on if you don't bring that thing home, nothing else matters. You could have had we seen Brian the year after Kyrie decided to leave. He had one of his greatest playoff runs ever. It'll rival any playoff run ever by a single player. And he got it done, got him to the finals. And all you hear is, well, you got swept by the Golden State Warriors, maybe the greatest team ever. So you don't hear nothing mentioned about how incredible he was on that run because it's championship or bust. So
and he played all 82 that year.
All 82, didn't win the MVP, none of that stuff. He had incredible numbers, led the league in total points, total assists, and didn't win the MVP. That 82 games didn't hold no weight in that argument, right?
Right.
So I get how, I'm gonna put myself in position to be ready when it's time to be ready. When y'all really gonna hold me accountable, I'm gonna be ready then.
I understand that. I get that. And that was a hell of a year by Bron. Damn, that was a wasted. Definitely should. He had no business taking that team to the finals. None.
They were I think every series they were in, they had one advantage. LeBron. Every series they were in. Go back to the Indiana series. Go back to the Toronto series. That Boston series.
Definitely the Boston series.
Every series they had. When you go down the board and say, yo, what advantage do you have? You had Bron. And that was it. Yeah, I'm keeping it facts. Go back and really look that over. That was 7-game series.
I agree.
Down the board. And they should have went home. And I don't think it would have been a knock on Bron if they had gone home.
Oh, shit.
It would have been a knock. They would have killed him. But I'm just saying, but it was like, Indiana was better. Toronto was better. Boston was better. You had no business going into Boston in game 7 and knocking them boys off.
Toronto was shook.
I mean, they couldn't deal with Bron, but they were a better basketball team. Toronto would have gave Boston. Toronto probably would have beat Boston that year. They probably would have went to finals that year.
They got smoked.
But some facts.
Yeah, definitely. Does the whining change the policy?
I hope not, because 65 games is not a lot to ask. And I think these awards that you crying about, I got to play 65 games to win an award. If you don't play 65 games, you shouldn't win an award. You shouldn't be MVP if you played 62 games and somebody else had similar numbers and he played 75 games, right?
Agreed.
So what they crying about, you shouldn't win these awards anyway. You shouldn't be all NBA if you played 60 games. Because you sometimes they get these awards because you a star. You him. You KD. You play 60 games. You average 27 points in those 60 games. Oh, we still gonna put him on an all league and leave off the kid that averaged maybe SGA or somebody. He averaged 30 a game, but that's a bigger name. That's a superstar. Nah, I'm going.
That's true.
65 games should be in play. I'm fine with it. You don't play 65 games, you shouldn't be winning these awards. And it, like you said, it's tied to your money. These guys, at the end of the day, they want their bread. Hoop.
You would think that would be the end all be all incentive. It's still not.
Listen, man, I'm fine with it because I think maybe right now it don't affect nothing, but it's gonna be somebody at some point in time he get hurt and he doesn't make all league and he could have got the $250 million contract and he only get the 175 and it's because he didn't get all league.
He only gets the 175.
I'm just saying, you 75, you can't get money back you missed. You can earn more money, but you won't get money you missed.
You believe that?
Hell yeah. That money the
money
Morant
that
messed up, he ain't never you gonna get more because you nice, but you can't get what you lost.
That's interesting. So Embiid, he only can miss, I believe, 6 or 5 more games before he's ineligible. He's having a hell of a year, and I think he's going to miss that. I don't think he's going to be eligible to win any awards, and that's a shame. What if you play 64 and you miss, you ineligible, but you putting up wild, crazy numbers?
Yeah,
somebody's going to do that one day. Somebody going to play 64 games, missing that one game that they needed, and they ain't going to be eligible for nothing, and they're going to be the clear-cut MVP.
I don't care. You should play 64. Yeah, I remember I was in the Army. You take your little PT test and you need 65 push-ups and you do 64, fail. It's a line for a reason. I'm fine with it. 65 games is not a lot to ask.
Shit, 65, I want them to up it to 70.
That's what Chuck was saying. Listen, I ain't got no problem. 65 games is not a lot to ask for a professional basketball player making $30, $40 million a year for you to suit up for 65. You can miss 17 games, yo. What if I told you, yo, be at work, man, I'm going to give you 17 sick days, B. But if you miss
off top,
you miss 18, we're going to have to rate you up. But you got 17 of them things.
I'm missing all 17 every year.
Who tripping?
I'm missing 17 in a row.
Yo, people out here making regular money. You got 4 sick days for the whole 365. Not for the basketballs. You got 4 sick days and 2 personals. You better not miss any more than that. You ain't getting paid. They figured it out, right?
They figured it
out, right?
Yeah.
You figure out how to get your ass to work. So go to work. You play basketball.
It's not work. Actually, it's not work. You play basketball. There's people we've paid money to play basketball.
Right.
You get paid to play basketball. Play ball. Shut the hell up. Sick of all this whining. You getting paid millions of dollars to play basketball. I know I sound like one of them guys right now.
You don't. Like I said, there's regular people out here with 4 sick days a year, a couple personals. You miss any more than that, you not getting paid. I don't care if you catch COVID. I don't care if you you get in an accident. You not getting paid for these days.
PTO wild low.
You figure out how to get your ass to work because you got to.
Because you got to, and that's the problem. These guys are entitled. It's a shame. It's a shame to complain about 65 games.
Think if they said you don't get your game check if you miss more than they would be going crazy. Yeah. They'd probably be striking.
Right. It's like, I think, 40 million over a year at 65. It's like, I think it was like 1.6 mil a game.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
could you imagine?
I'll show up.
Right.
Yeah. I'm showing up.
You don't play 65. Anything more than less than 65, we start docking that pay.
I'm there, man.
They'll figure this thing out.
Yeah. I'm there. And it's like, man, you hate being that old curmudgeon dude, but the old players be all right in this regard. Remember, I was telling you a couple days ago how they had to pull AI off the court sometimes. He wanted to play all 48. Wilt did play all 48 for a whole season, 82 games, 48 minutes a game.
No, it's basketball. It's a game.
Right.
It's a game. It's a game you play for free. It's a game you would pay to play.
Facts.
You're playing a sport. It's not a job. You know what I mean? These people out here with real hard jobs that they got to show up to every single day for way less pay. And they figure it out.
Way less pay.
Yeah.
Cats working 16-hour construction jobs.
And they figure it out.
And it's only LeBron who's dealing with like a decades in a career, but you might be playing ball for what? Maybe like
a
15 years?
You lucky if you get a you lucky if you get a decade.
So yeah.
Go hard.
Go hard.
You lucky if you get a decade. I mean, superstar, if you really nice, you might get 15. What Brian is doing is super crazy.
Yeah.
You know, that's not regular. But usually most of these dudes, you get 10, 12 years if you really nice like that.
Right.
Facts. And that is the end of the fourth quarter. I closed the gap a little bit. I still lost though.
Hold up. Should we do it now or you want
Yeah, we'll do it after. We'll do it after. I don't want to do it on camera. Thank you. Did you bring the envelope?
That's what it is.
Cash app now.
All right.
Cash
All
app.
right. We are headed into the OT. And overtime for this week, well, the off topic for this week is Draya and Jalen Green. Draya, 39-year-old. What is she, a reality star? I don't know where her occupation is.
Reality, probably. I think she got.
Was she a basketball wife?
She got clothing line too.
She got a clothing line?
Yeah,
Go for it.
You know they all got clothing line, lashes line, makeup. You know that's she bad though. Like, she definitely.
I said that, yo, she did.
But listen, man,
she definitely tough.
Let's get into it.
Jalen Green, 1-year-old guard for the Houston Rockets. I believe, is it still alleged or is it actually confirmed that she is pregnant with his child?
I'm pretty sure that's alleged.
That's
I don't
alleged.
think she confirmed it yet.
Okay, that's alleged.
Or he confirmed it.
There's a lot of heat being thrown Drea's way. She's 39. He's 21. She actually has a 21-year-old child. Well, son.
Crazy. Y'all gonna be best friends.
Listen, bro. I ain't calling you the same age as me. Ain't gonna be my step pop, bro. That's crazy.
Listen, I mean, let's get into it.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna start with Jalen. I mean, we're gonna get to her. You wildin', young boy. Yo, she's beautiful. It's a million. You are rich and famous. Yeah, I mean, it's a million of those. This cookie cutter. They all look bad. You looking at you, I'm pretty sure you go to a game, and you in Houston too, be wilding. You go to a game, you look in the front row, it's 100 Drayas in the front row. You could pick and choose, and I ain't saying you shouldn't indulge. I ain't saying you shouldn't have had a good time with that. Do you? You shouldn't have knocked out. If she knocked up, you wilding. You seen what happened to young bull from what's the young bull from Charlotte? What's my man name?
All right, he out the league. Is he?
He in the league. He got a little contract. He got picked up. He in the league.
Well, we talk about.
I forget young bull name who was messing with Brittany Griner bull.
Brittany Renner.
Not Brittany Renner. Not Brittany.
God,
Renner.
He was messing with Brittany Griner.
No, Griner would be messing with him. He wouldn't be messing with her. But you see what happened to that young bull?
I ain't say that.
That young boy, he out here looking crazy. Like she got her little bag and she ain't want you no more. Got you right up out of here and you was looking crazy. I ain't saying that's gonna happen with you. Maybe y'all happy. PJ Washington, same type situation. Almost the same type John. I think the other John a little badder, but whatever. on her, let's go to her end. First, young boy, you wilding. You had too much to choose from to be knocking her up. Mistake on your end.
Allegedly.
But on her end, my biggest issue is if that was a guy, we're killing him. He's a predator. You know what I mean? Mess with somebody your own age, you wildin'. That's what we be talking about.
Facts.
Killing you. We be killing. If she was in the WNBA and he was out the league, we be killing him.
Facts.
But you got a 21-year-old at the crib. How you possibly looking at another 21-year-old? You got a 21-year-old son and your boyfriend 21? That's a little weird.
A little.
That's a little weird. And She a female, so she'll get it, and she a female, and she bad, so she'll get it off. And guess what? We're gonna move past it and allow them to be happy. But young boy, you wildin'. It's too many of those in the world, B.
Here, you done?
I'm done.
Okay. Here's why it is a double standard. Your very take on it is why it's a double standard. And that's why the women don't care. They go and run with it. I've seen women applaud her and praise her for and defend her for it. And part of the reason for that double standard is part of your take. You started with him first. She's supposed to be the one you start with. She's fucking bugging. You're 40. You are 40. He's a 21-year-old young man. Straight up, he should be a straight up boy to you. Definitely should be a boy to you because you have a boy his age. You shouldn't even be looking his way. You're wilding. I'm going to start with you, Draya. You are tripping. And if it was a guy, all kinds of R. Kelly jokes coming out the woodwork. All kinds of pedophile and this guy tripping and all this. Listen, Jay-Z is 11 years older than Beyonce. People still say stuff about him. And that's not half of it as egregious as this. This is crazy. Now, legally, can't say shit. He a grown man in the eyes of the law. He 21 years old. But morally, and in the eyes of the public, especially in the eyes of the public, you should be getting trashed for this right now. Cause that's crazy. It just is. Like you shouldn't even have that mindset. You shouldn't be perusing for 21-year-old dudes. You 40.
Yo, I ain't mad. I mean, the more I look at the picture, like I ain't really mad at young boy. Have a good time.
I will say,
don't knock her up.
And which leads me to my next point. You're a little too hard on the ball. He's a dude. He's a first of all, he a dude. He 21 and he's a millionaire. He's cracking that. He's
I'm
cracking
not mad at him. Listen, I said off top, indulge. I wouldn't like she bad. I would indulge. Knock her up, B. Like you just seen. I don't know if that's your man's for real, but you seen the example. PJ was out here looking crazy. He was looking crazy in that situation. That's very similar situation. A little bad little joint, a little TV, a TV joint or whatever. She got crazy social media following, and you knock her up. You don't knock her up. I think PJ married the joint. They had to get a whole divorce. They had to go to that extent. You don't
now that's
knock
bugging.
her.
He's super bugging.
I don't think he was even bugging. Like once you get her pregnant, you're bugging. Once you have a child with her, you're bugging. Now you attach to this person for the rest of your life. Y'all gonna have some ties to each other for the rest of your life. Because if that's true, if she's truly pregnant, and let me tell you why she entertains it. Like you said, she should have looked at him like a boy. She don't look at him like, he a millionaire. He ain't a boy no more. He got this bread. That's a come up. And I just admit, I don't even want to paint that picture of her. But would she have entertained a 20-year-old regular boy?
No.
You worth millions.
No.
It makes sense. You can take care of me for the rest of my life. I'm good. Young boy, you wildin'. Somebody, I don't know if you got somebody in your corner, you got an OG or somebody that really get in your ear and knew you was messing with her to say, yo, enjoy yourself, but don't knock her up. Nah. Somebody should have been in your ear.
This is what vets is for in the league. There ain't no more vets in the league. Who the only vet in the league? Brian?
PJ should have been your vet. PJ should have called you up immediately. Don't do what I did, B.
I mean, she is denying it. Like she's saying, like I don't know. She's firing back and saying that she's not pregnant, but I don't know.
She ain't pregnant. I mean, for him.
Yeah.
But that young boy,
she's Yeah. I mean,
enjoy your. It look like you enjoying. I'd enjoy myself, but I ain't knocking her up.
It's tough.
And she lit his life. It ain't like you found some random. Like, yo, she well versed in this world. This is what she do.
Exactly.
So she knew what type time it was.
She knew what type time it was, and she knew exactly what to do to get him. She knew exactly. He knew, man. He a deer in headlights, bro. He knew out here.
You got a circle, babe.
He knew out here. She a grizzled vet.
You got a circle. Your mom, like, yo, don't knock her up. Somebody said it, and he just broke the rule.
Listen, bro. You OGs, parents, we've all been pulled to the side. Yo, don't do that. Don't mess with her. Don't do this, and that. And I'm 21. I'm gonna do what I want. I do what I want to do. I was 21. I was 21 years old and had that mentality with no money.
But yo, listen. That's a bad example, because with no money you can move like that. What I got to lose? What I got to lose? I get you pregnant. I'm rich. I got it now. Now you rich. We both rich now.
You ain't got nothing to lose. If I get you pregnant,
I'm a regular bull.
I get her pregnant with no money. I could lose my freedom.
Yo, listen.
I could go to jail.
Listen. You got somebody pregnant, you gonna get your little job, you gonna figure it out. When you rich, it's not just figuring it out. Now you at the beginning, he at the beginning of his career. He got more of these big contracts to come. Right. And she gonna be, if it's true, and let's say it play out like PJ Washington, right? Say it play out. Hopefully it doesn't, but say she get tired of young boy and she move on.
Yeah.
All right, yo, he just signed a new quarter billion dollar contract. Up that John. I was getting 50,000 a month. Yo, up that John to 100,000 because he getting more. Come on, yo.
He's got to have LeBron's career just to stay.
You know what I mean?
I got to play for 20 years, man. I really, seriously.
Listen, man, like, have fun.
Makes him better at basketball.
Don't get her pregnant.
I agree. Don't get her pregnant. But I know for a fact that if the rumors are true and she put it on him. Period.
Yo, you could put it on me.
Yo, man. I'm single. You guys are not. I gotta say, you do know in that moment when you have to make that decision.
Yeah, exactly.
You do know in that moment. Listen, I'm gonna bring her back up. And exactly. You do know in that moment. I'm gonna bring her up for everybody.
I agree with you, Neil.
In that moment where you have to make that decision, Byrd,
yo,
I'm a crumble.
Listen,
I'm a crumble, dude.
I've crumbled many times in my life.
Exactly.
I went grilled chicken in situations I shouldn't have went grilled chicken. Facts. I've done it many times in my life.
Chicken is crazy.
But I'm a millionaire. I mess with you. Yo, like, this ain't our first. I rock with you. Mm-hmm. Them things on deck. I am a millionaire. You not gonna catch me in no moment where, yo, I get what you saying. We in the heat of the moment.
Sure.
I got my one. I don't know if this opportunity gonna present itself again. I'm going grill chicken. But yo, obviously they've been rocking with each other.
Hell is
you know what grilled chicken
is. I know what grilled chicken is, but where
it ain't breaded. Breaded means you got you strapped up.
It's grilled chicken. You ain't
naked
up. Chicken. It's naked. Well, but hold up though. You're saying this in hindsight.
Sure.
We are our age. We are in our 40s now. You're saying this in hindsight with experience and know-how and all that stuff. We ain't saying this shit at 21 years old. We not saying
at 21, I remember dealing with Jones that I looked at like, yo, there's no way. Yo, she out there. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, but I'm not. There's no way. If I get her pregnant, I'm gonna be the laughing joke in the hood. I can't do that. So I knew I'm gonna be prepared for this situation. Right. You know what I mean? And this situation is, yo, you rich. Why would you put yourself, unless you looking at her as the low one? Yeah. Why would you put? You see, and you got an example. You seen PJ? He in the league. The same exact thing.
When did people give a fuck about examples? People mess up every day. There's examples galore. People look at examples.
I'm gonna bring up the example again.
Neil. Neil.
Here's the example.
Neil,
again.
you a comedian.
Yes.
You Kevin Hart famous. You got Netflix specials. You him. Mm-hmm. You him. Right. You rich. You getting paid millions for Netflix specials. All that. Yeah. You run into a random John, she bad. You gonna run into bad. Right. He sees her, like we looking at it like, yo, she bad as shit, right? But you see, you him. You see, this is regular for you. This is all you run into.
Should be.
This is all you run into.
Right. Should be.
Like Neil, you getting caught out there like that?
It is strange because you feel like, I mean, unless he's not as, I don't know.
It's regular business
I know
for you.
It should be kind of regular situation.
It should be regular business.
Still overwhelming.
Seeing all the time cats get caught up anyway. Yeah. They get caught up anyway.
I can't see
He ain't the only example.
I can't see me getting caught up.
I feel you.
It's regular business. You in Houston? You are a famous basketball player.
Right.
The most sought after man in the world. Draya, as bad as we think she is,
right.
There's a Kia, a Keisha, a Monique. Sure. They in the stands too, and they want you too. Yeah. and they giving it to you with no, you know what I mean? You ain't got to put no tight work in.
I get you.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm strapped up.
I'm pretty sure he's had a good time with the Kias and the Trinas and the Monique. I'm pretty sure he's had a good time with them already. Draya did something to get his ass locked in.
Maybe she did. I'm just saying.
I mean, again, I hate to be bringing up pictures, but
bro,
it's one of those things where if anyone could say some shit, I feel like she could. if she's convincing in some way, I feel like, yeah, I get it.
She take it off. If she tell you to take it off, like, all right, whatever.
That's what I'm saying.
Let me throw this next 18 years away.
Dude, that's happening to me. And I'm not famous.
Right.
So
right.
Man.
I'm not saying Jalen, you know what I mean? It's happened to lesser people. That's all I'm saying.
It's tough.
He just the latest.
Yeah.
Facts.
This
was the wrong move.
Yeah. I mean, let's hope it's just all clickbait. Let's hope he didn't,
Right. It's still all alleged. I mean, but it's a great conversation to have. I couldn't wait to talk about that. Yeah. But that is the end of High IQ Basketball with Brian Isley and Raymond Byrd, and we will catch you guys next week. If you're going to a baby shower and you need a gift, I have the perfect solution for you. Go to Honeybee Cakes on Macari. Honeybee Cakes specializes in affordable diaper cakes. They make the perfect gift for the new addition to the fam. Search Honeybee Cakes on Macari today. Hey everybody, this is Brian Isley, comedian extraordinaire, asking you guys to download Logo, the Isley album, and Uno, the One Take album. I have 3 albums. They're all on Spotify. They're all on iTunes. They're all on Tidal. Streaming well right now, but I need more support. I need you guys to go and download these albums, man. Download Logo, Laugh or Get Offended. Download the Isley album and download Uno, the One Take album. And they are available where you stream all your music. They're hilarious because I made them. So download these albums today and get your laugh on.
How you doing? This is Neil Wood from the Cult of Us podcast, speaking on behalf of Drop 10 Media Network, the network you're currently listening to. Make sure to check out all the other podcasts on the network. You can go to drop10.com to check them all out. Make sure to like, subscribe on everything that you see Drop 10 on. We appreciate it. Go to drop10.com now.
I'ma have to tie up my Nikes for this one. I'ma go for like a quadruple double. I'm playing the game to win, and greatness come from within. The only time you lose if you only never begin. Gotta be like the shoes and just do it. The clock is winding down, so now shoot it. If fortune favors the bold, that's why I keep on just winning. If timing is just the essence, then I'ma keep on just spending. I'm worth a couple of bucks, shout out to Antetokounmpo. Dropping in b-ball facts that's seeping into your glue buds. Advising like Tony Kukoc, getting into it mucho. Directing all these plays like my name was Tony Russo. Ballin', that's how we do, so I'm going in for the win. Penetrate the lane like we way back in 2010. I'm stomping straight in my Timbs. The basics just like I'm Tim. I'm dunking on you haters. A poster is where you live. It's magic all in my wrist. Steph Curry, we going swish. It's showtime like the 80s. Basketball is where we live. I'm highly gifted and skilled. I'm going in for the kill. The game is on the line. Raymond Byrd, hey, yo, what's the deal? Pass it to Brian Isley. I bet he probably surprised me. High IQ basketball is just showing it's not a hobby. We playing the game to win, and greatness come from within. The only time you lose, the only never begin. Gotta be like the shoes and just do it. The clock is winding down, so now shoot it. We playing the game to win, and greatness come from within. The only time you lose, the only never begin. Gotta be like the shoes and just do it. The clock is winding down.
This has been a Drop Tent Media production.